Alright guys, so I thought while I was doing a review for the Beast, I might as well do a review for this one too. This is the Exceed Max Stone 10. Just got this a little while ago. Not a bad little truck. Some custom LEDs I put in there. As you can see, I have 6 batteries on each side, giving me 12,000 mAh. That also gives me some added weight for crawling. Help me squish these tires down. But not a whole lot to show you really. You can tell I waterproofed the controller and receiver. Looks a little messy, but I'm not too worried. You can't see it once the body's on anyway, so as long as it's waterproof, that's all I really care. Yeah, it looks good. I'll show you guys the lights in a sec. That's pretty much it. Haven't had to do anything to it. The only thing that I have broken so far is one of these, which was originally for the battery hold down, because I was running it without the body, and I rolled it and it landed right on the friggin' battery tower and snapped it right the frig off. But I mean, for me that doesn't even matter because I don't use it, so it's not like I care. But for somebody running stock batteries, that could be a problem. I also have to remember to paint my batteries. They're getting a little rusty. Can't have that. Yeah, the only thing I really broke so far was the solid steering bar on the front. So I replaced it with a servo saver. A little ugly, but works good. Saves the servo some grief. And I still get full throw on my steering. So that's good. Got the front shocks fairly loose, so it can twist and turn in the front. And then the back's nice and stiff, so that it doesn't do a torque roll when you hit forwards and reverse. Because that's always annoying when you're trying to crawl around and body's friggin' flopping from left to right on you. But that's all I did was stiffen up the springs. As you can see, put some spacers in there. These are the hard springs that come with the kit, and these are the stock softies, or the mediums that came on the truck. As you can see, it runs a nice quiet little fan. Not that it really needs it, but if I'm ever, you know, if it's ever a hot day and it starts getting a little warm, then it's there. So there's the body. As you can see, I put some of that tape inside the body. Didn't need much, but just enough to stop the really nasty body rattling noises when you're driving around and the body's just flopping and making a shitload of noise. It sounds horrible. But that's all I did for that. A little bit of tape. And as you can see somewhat, there's a little group of 6 LEDs in each one of the headlights. I actually melted out the body with a plastic, make sure it's not going to take off on me. It has before. Okay. And that's what I ended up with. 2 little headlights for just a little fun when I'm outside driving at night. Since it is a nice quiet buggy, because it's a crawler, it makes like no drivetrain noise at all, so you could be out there 3-4 in the morning and no one's really gonna notice. They might see lights going past their window, but that's about it. Tires on this thing are awesome. Can't believe the friggin' grip these things have. Nice tires. Thinking about grabbing a set for my Wheelie King. Truck's got some pretty good flex. Actually, there is one problem I have had with this truck so far. These drive shafts are only held on by friction. And I was out in the snow, and I guess the drive shaft sliding piece right here, the piece that slides in and out on the drive shaft, actually froze solid so that it couldn't extend or shrink or whatever. So when I dropped the truck to bang some snow off of it, it actually pulled the drive cup right off, and it was just kind of hanging there, and I was like, really, it broke? And it turns out that it didn't break. It's actually a friction fit instead of like the Mad Beast where the pin goes right through. All it is like a flat snub screw that just puts pressure on the shaft to hold it there. So if you do drop it, roll it, whatever, it's just going to pop off. Oh, and then you just loosen the Allen key, stick it back on there, tighten it back up again, and you're all good. Oh, my front tire's rubbing on the chassis there. There we go. I have a HPI Wheelie King motor in there, 27 turn. I also put on a bigger pinion, which means I had to space the chassis so I could slide the motor over enough to get that big 24 tooth, I think it is, pinion on there. It's the one I bought for my Wheelie King a while ago that was way too big. Ended up gearing my Wheelie King down too low, so I took it out, went back to 19. This thing had like a 12 or a 15 on it, so I took that off. Put on the 24. It's flashing because there's no signal. And yeah, so did that, everything's good. And that's pretty much about it. I already checked out the differentials in this thing. They are very, very close to Wheelie King differentials. I'm almost certain that if I need to, I could put the hardened steel differentials from the Wheelie King in this truck. And if not, it wouldn't be that hard to replace the entire rear axle, encasement and everything, with a Wheelie King rear assembly, and then just jimmy rig these bars on somehow with the suspension, so you end up with basically a bulletproof drivetrain. But the transmission in this transmission in this truck is plastic, so I'm going to do some looking around to see what I can get. I did do some checking. It's very close to a Stampede transmission. The only thing with that is I hate Traxxas gears, and even their steel gears are completely garbage. And I wouldn't even suggest getting those. I'd rather get more plastic ones than steel Traxxas, because they're probably about the same strength. But I'm thinking about checking out maybe Axial or Losi Crawlers also run similar transmission setups, and maybe there's an aftermarket company for one of those that I could get steel gears from and see if they would fit in this truck. What are you doing, camera? What are you doing? There we go. So other than that, I mean, the plastic drivetrain's been fine so far. I've had it for 2-3 months now maybe, and I've been beating the crap out of it. Climbing snow hills, dirt, mud, drifting it in the snow because I got the low gear and the 27 turn motor. It also has the 12,000 May worth of weight on it, which is also an extra strain on the drivetrain, and it's been doing awesome. I can't believe it. So I will try and get a steely drivetrain for this, because if I can build it up, like if I can get the steel transmission for it, I mean real steel, not cheap Traxxas steel, I will put the super strong Wheelie King diffs in it. And like I said, if I can get the drivetrain built, it's going to be brushless eventually, because it has 12,000 May worth of 2-cell on it. It would be a wicked brushless formula truck slash crawler. Could be a lot of fun. And yeah, but anyway guys, I will keep you updated. I did buy some extra axles with the truck. Like when I ordered the truck, I made sure I bought two spare axles with it. but as of yet I haven't even needed those yet. So everything's going good so far. Keep you guys updated, and that's basically my review of the Exceed Max Stone. No problems really. Truck's holding up really good, especially for the way that I drive it. I've cracked the body several times from rolling it, and you can see all the scratches from rolling it and tumbling and all this stuff, so it's not like I've been easy on it. You can see the bars are all scratched to shit. Replaced all the screws because they were all scratched to crap too. Oh yes, the one modification I did do was removed the front and rear bumper because they dropped down and got rid of a lot of clearance, so I cut those off, rounded this off. The only thing you have to be careful of is there's holes here, so once you round this off you can see the inside of the differential. So once I cut that apart, you could actually see the gears in the differential, which was a little bit scary. One sec guys, I just gotta unplug this battery. There we go. Okay, so you can see there I did some melting and some hole blocking. You can even see where the hole is. There's a line around it, but it has been filled and sealed with super glue, so that's basically airtight. Same as the front one. If this camera will focus, there you go. You can see where the one screw hole is and where the patch is that I had to fill in. And you just make sure the clearance is good on the inside so there's no rubbing, and it works awesome, and I don't lose clearance because of their stupid bumper design. And my lights just plug into the receiver. So that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed the review. Awesome truck for the price. Absolutely great little truck. Friggin' 120 bucks, and like I said, I basically had to do nothing to it other than change gear ratio, change the springs. But I mean, the springs came with it, and the gear ratio is not their fault because it's built to be slow. It's built to be a crawler. It was just a little too slow for my liking, so I sped it up a bit. And yeah, like I said, the only thing that really broke was the battery holder and the front steering arm, which is not a big deal. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll keep you updated.